the sweetest pocket in the market right now, given that India has now allowed production of ethanol from sugarcane juice, syrup and all types of molasses without any restriction on volumes in 2025 to 26. Let me now welcome on board Avantika Saraogi, ED Balrampur Chini Mills, joining in on the show right now. Avantika, hi, morning. Good to have you on the show. Avantika, how is it that you're actually seeing the impact of this move? The fact that India has now relaxed all restrictions on production of ethanol from sugarcane juice, syrup and all type of molasses, a big positive?
Hi, good morning, and it's really nice to be on the show. Thank you for having me. So, it's a welcome change in terms of there's a clarification in the ambiguity that might have been there. But as of last year also, there was actually no particular restriction on diversion of juice for making ethanol. But yes, definitely a welcome, clarification and ambiguity. But the main topic for us still remains, and I believe all sugar, I speak for all the sugar industry when I say this, but ethanol pricing is actually the point which is much more important and which needs to be declared sooner rather than later. And that's what we're hoping for in the near future as well.
Right. So, Avantika, now that sugar production is expected to surge next year, how is the inventory level in the domestic market?
So I think the inventory levels are pretty conservative. I think the government number is 5.5. I think that's under control, but now that there will be a bumper crop expected next year, we'll have to see how the diversion actually plays out. That will depend on definitely the ethanol pricing and sugar production. It seems, at least from Maharashtra and Karnataka, is going to go up quite a lot.
All right. But Avantika, to the point that you were making with respect to the prices, what is that you are expecting with respect to the retail sugar prices? Could higher production and higher inventory put the prices, some pressure on the retail sugar prices?
Could be slightly, but I don't see any material change coming in because retail is not that affected by these things. I think it's more the wholesale price that gets affected, but I don't see like a big pressure or anything. I think it would remain flattish, maybe a slight pressure, but it will depend more on the ethanol story, as I'm saying, which is still unclear in terms of pricing. So that will matter a lot, how it affects the sugar as well.
Okay, and Avantika, also on your outlook on exports, do you believe restrictions on exports could be relaxed basis the expectations of surge in sugar production this season?
So let me actually give you a holistic picture, right? So ethanol, sugar and exports, everything is linked. The point is that even there is a global bumper for sugar production this year. So even if the government allows free flowing exports, the price will not be attractive for the Indian sugar manufacturer to export. Maybe there will be export from Maharashtra, Karnataka side. So that is something which is a secondary topic. Let me explain a little better what I mean, that when ethanol prices are declared, then the sugar production will also go up or down. So for example, in my factories alone, I have the capacity to go to B heavy and C heavy on all of my factories, right? So I will also wait to see if once the ethanol prices are declared, how much ethanol we would make. So the B and the juice ethanol could be quite affected. Now, B ethanol versus sugar juice ethanol is double. So if there is more ethanol production with a decent price and that goes into the blending, then the sugar prices will also hold. But if the prices are again flat the way that they were last 2 years, people will try to go max sugar. And then, of course, the sugar prices will come under pressure and export will not be a viable option at all. So these three are very, very linked and we can't see them in vacuum.
Quite interesting. But Avantika, the industry, I believe, has two other asks also, right, from the government. A, of course, is the hike in ethanol prices altogether, and also the hike in sugar MSP. Are you expecting some positive announcement on these fronts as well anytime soon?
So I think the industry engaging at all levels quite sincerely and quite well. We do hope for a positive reaction from the government soon, but of course I cannot predict that. We are definitely hopeful and we are engaging to the effect of both.
Specifically talking about Balrampur, Avantika, and wanted to understand what's been the progress on your latest PLA. If it's on track to be commissioned by the third quarter of FY27, and how much revenue do you aim to generate once the plant is commissioned?
So, yes, it's all on track, all according to plan. We will hold to the commitment. It's going well. And we will see the full production only in 27-28, the 28, because in the first 6 months we expect like a 50% capacity utilization, considering it's a new technology. So ramp up will take about 6 months. So in 27-28, the revenue that we expect is anywhere between around close to 2,000 crores, between 1,700, 2,000 crores, something like that, depending on the PLA price at that time.
Okay, and Avantika, also secondly, when we talk about your company in particular and about this PLA, will the focus of that be to cater to the domestic market? And how do you expect the domestic market demand to shape up going forward? Also, if you could reflect some light in the competition that you're seeing in the industry and this segment currently.
So, we've already begun the market seeding activities where we are importing and selling in our name at the moment the same product that we will be making. We are seeing quite positive reactions from lots of different companies. So we are focusing on a couple of things. One is the SUP banned items where anyways, plastic is not allowed. So there, PLA has a great market and there's very wide acceptance, and, we're seeing a lot of positive reactions. And I said this before, but I'll say it again. But the Indian straw market itself is 100,000 tons per annum, and our capacity is only 80,000 tons. So in terms of competition and in terms of the market, it's quite literally just such a nascent industry that I don't think competition is a word that can be used at all. I think that once we commission, once things go decently well for us, I think others will also get into this, and I think that would be the demand of the country, demand of the hour for the country, and it would be a good thing. So I would welcome competition. I wouldn't call it competition. I would say allies, actually.
All right, Avantika, with this we let you go on. That's so good having you on the channel today. Thank you so much for your time. So that was the management of Balrampur Chini talking to us about what this move with respect to lifting off the restrictions